Hello, this is the new 2800 quiet shredder from Cobra Garden. Perfect for dealing with all those woody and long prunings in the garden. So let's have a look at it. It's got a really powerful electric motor in this, and you can shred prunings and branches up to 45 millimeters in diameter, but take it nice and steady. Just a little warning also, when you buy this from new for transport, this dial here has been wound in completely. This is what adjusts the blade, so you need to make sure you set it up, and to find out how to do that, go to our how-to video where we give a full explanation. So let's do a little bit of shredding to show you how it works, and then I can show you some of the controls. So first thing is we need some protective equipment, so always wear gloves when using this, and then we're going to wear some goggles as well. We need to be safe, and then we can get started. So there you go, it makes a really good job of shredding some fairly thickish branches. As I said, it will go up to 45 millimeters. You just need to make sure they're not too branched, otherwise they can clog. So let's have a look at some of the features on this. So this is obviously where we feed it in, and it's a cog almost against the blade, which crunches them up rather than spinning round. Hence the reason this is a quiet shredder. It doesn't make a lot of noise. So the features are really easy to use on this one. So this is the adjuster here. If you need to adjust the blade to make sure it's just basically kissing, then that's what you would do. You just tighten it slightly. Too tight, it will jam. So you've got to be careful of that. And then we've got the controls here on this little dashboard, really easy to use. So we've obviously got green to go, red to stop. We have got two buttons here. This one we can alter, so when it's pushed down, that's for when you're feeding material down into there. Should it clog with something a little bit thick, then what you do is just stop it, and then you push it that way so that it then reverses it, and it will push it out and clear that jam. And then we go back down there and we can start it again like that. Should it jam and overload, then this here is a reset button, so always push that just to make sure that that is illuminated and it will work. Another little thing you can use is this just goes into the side there. This is really handy if you've got something that's a little bit soft, and obviously you can't put your hand in there. You can use this, and you can just use that to just give it a gentle push down. That isn't deep enough to hit the blade, so you can push it into the full length, but it just means that soft material, or that last bit of the pruning, you can push it down so that it will feed right the way through the cutter there. Everything falls through down into the box below. The release is at the back, so there's a little black trigger here which we push down, and that will release that, and in there we can see now we've got all those shreddings from the material that I just fed through there, so that's chopped those up. When we push that back in, it has to be pushed in into position, and then the black lever trigger here has to be engaged in an upwards position. If you don't do that, it won't work. It's one of the safety features on it. So if you come to switch it on and you think, oh, it's not working, just double check that you've clicked that into position before it will switch on. Switch it off with the red button. So it really is very, very easy to use. And of course, always wear gloves and your safety goggles just to make sure that nothing is going to fly out. So it really is good. So all the prunings in your garden, when you've cut down your herbaceous, hedge trimmings, anything that's woody that you want to chop up that's bulky, then this is the way to get rid of them, and it makes a really good job without making a lot of noise. For more information on this and all the products in the range, go to cobragarden.co.uk.